Hey everybody, Carla and Don Silver here with Project Lifestyle. And we're going to talk about video marketing today. And I want to say this at the very, very beginning of our conversation. Please, if you have questions, put them in the chat box. As a matter of fact, if you have questions already that you have brought to the webinar, please put them in the chat box. It takes a while for the actual webinar lags, like about 60 seconds after I've spoken. So what I'm saying now is happening in the future. Actually, by the time you're listening to it, it's already happened in the past. So I'm going to take a peek at your questions as we move along. But really honest to gosh, Don, you have anything to say before we get rocking and rolling?
Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just noticed on my other window that we are, in fact, live coming to you direct from Palm Springs, California, the home of the hot.
Yeah, it's hot here.
You know, it's our Monday afternoon gathering. So put this on your calendar as a repeat thing. We're going to bring to you I want to say useful tools to assist you in internet marketing and communicating in all kinds of things in all kinds of areas. So today we are doing the beginnings of video.
Yeah, you know, I have to thanks, Don. I have to say, you know, our goal is, of course, to bring you marketing tips that are working in our business right now. In the last few weeks, we've really been killing it with the Facebook technique that we taught you 2 weeks ago, I think it was, or maybe 3 weeks ago, because we were at an Empower event in Charlotte, so we skipped a week. Now, I'm talking tonight, we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that is video. It has been an essential component of every single business that we have built. You think that video might be something new, and it feels new to so many people, but in fact it's been around for a long time. In the business that Don and I were in between 2004 and 2010, I sat down in 2007, I think it was, the latter part of 2007, and I had been thinking about making this video, my About Me video, for a really long time, because I didn't market my business in the old-fashioned way. I wasn't talking directly to people. I wasn't meeting people on the street and hitting them up for my business. I was generating leads either online or actually in the olden days through newspapers. So in about, I think it was, I don't remember if Don, it was 2007, we got a website, and it had been bugging me because I really wanted to record this About Me video. And I finally one day, I sat down and I'm like, I gotta do it, because it had been bugging me for months and months and months, and I hadn't sat down and done it. Well, I ended up recording this About Me video, and I think it's maybe 10 minutes long. It's long. It's really long. But I just slapped it up on the website and said, done. I've done it. Now I can go move on and do some other things that I need to do. Well, over the course of the next few years, that video literally made us hundreds of thousands of dollars, simply because, and it was new then too, right? So that was part of it, but simply because I just sat down in front of the camera and I told my story. And the people that went to the website that took the time to watch that video, the people that began their business with Don and me were just simply people that had either experienced the same thing, or were in the same kind of situation in their lives, or were looking at the same thing. They weren't repulsed by my face or whatever, right? So for a really long time now, I have known that video works. And so I'm going to say, no matter what business you're in, we're specifically here, Project Lifestyle here, we've affiliated ourselves with Empower Network Products, and I'm going to be talking about how that works. But everything that I talk about tonight is really going to be all about how to use video to move any business forward. This applies to anything. So again, please make sure that if you have questions, let me just take a peek at the chat. No questions yet. If you have questions, feel free to ask them in the chat box, and we're going to get to them. As usual, guys, I'm going to use a PowerPoint for the same two reasons that I always use with PowerPoint. Everybody learns differently. Some people are visual learners like me. Some people are audio learners and can just listen and absorb information. I actually am one of these people that requires both. Plus, as you can probably tell, I can talk. So I want to stay on task, because we like to limit these marketing trainings to 15, 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour at the most. So let me share my PowerPoint screen. Oh, that's weird. Oh, here it goes. Hold on. And Don, please let me know if you can not see this. If you can see this, yeah, it would be great if you could let me know.
Yep, I see it on mine.
Awesome. So guys, video marketing is really an essential tool in your arsenal for a whole host of reasons, and I'm just going to go through some of them here. It's kind of obvious. Oh, let me just preface this with what we're going to do today. Today, specifically, we're going to teach you how to outline, create, and draft a video script. It isn't as hard as you might think. We're going to talk about how to craft a call to action so that people buy from you, or they do what you tell them what you want them to do. So the first thing you think of before you're going to make any video is you're going to want to understand, you're not going to make pointless videos, right? Nobody wants to watch pointless videos. Also, people typically, unless they already know you and you've developed a relationship with your prospect or a customer, they're not going to want to watch long videos from you. So always have a reason why you're doing the video. Are you doing it because you want to provide value and get somebody to look at your blog post? Are you doing it because you want someone to download a copy of your latest ebook, or that you want them to opt into a list and so that you can provide value? Or are you looking to sell something? Are you looking to have them join your opportunity? Whatever it is, what is your particular call to action? You should have a specific point for every video that you ever create. And the way you do that is you always are going to be looking, as you're marketing whatever business you're in, especially in Power, what is your customer looking for, right? What kind of information are they looking for? What kind of story are they looking for? What are you looking to do? And what are your prospects' challenges? Do they understand the business? Do they understand the kind of financial upside that's available? Do they understand what needs to be done every day? Do they understand the power of the products or the services that you're in front of? So it doesn't take but 2 seconds. I have ideas for videos all the time, and I'm going to give you a ton of ideas a little bit later in our conversation today. But always remember that facts tell and stories sell, right? People love to buy stuff, but it is not in your best interest ever to go say, I have the greatest shoe store in the world, and the reason I got this shoe store is because I knew that I could carry Buster Browns and I could service kids, right? Nobody wants to come to your shoe store and buy Buster Browns. I'm certainly aging myself, right? What your shoe store's customer wants to do is they want to know that you're passionate about providing service to their children so that they can put wonderful shoes on their children's feet, right? So always, always, always look for a reason why your customer might be interested in what or your prospect or your whatever might be interested in what you have to say. Video is powerful, right? I send a lot of pictures frequently because I'm lazy, right? Even me should be creating more videos. So I just put this here. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, how valuable is video, right? Make sure that you're telling your story. The beautiful thing about video is that once you have a video up, for example, that video I made back in 2000 whatever, I put that video up there and it played 24/7 for whoever was interested in listening to that video. I got to do it once. I put it up on my website and it worked for me day after day, after week after week, after month after month, after year. Now, it's kind of old now, but it's still my story, right? So every once in a while, I'll put that video out there and say, hey, listen, this is a little bit old, but it's still my story. It might be something that you might be interested in. So it's a very, very, very powerful way for you to tell your story. And people want to work with real people, people they know, like, and trust. So let's just say somebody's come through your Empower Network funnel and they're just some random person off the internet, right? Well, they're going to quickly, at least I would Google who is this person, right? Who am I aligning myself with? Is this somebody that I might like to work with? Is this somebody that I really want to get to know, that I'm curious about, that can show me the way? So a really very easily done, powerful way to do that is through video. And we're going to talk next time about how to distribute your video and where to put it so people find it. But today we're going to keep really focused on how to make those videos. I already talked about video being an automated a way for you to tell your story, and it's also a way for people to get to like you and to know you, right? And lastly, just please remember that people love to buy, but they just hate to be sold. So give value in everything that you can. You learn something on our Extreme Team Wake Up to Success call, and you're inspired, like I was today, by Tony Rush's conversation this morning. Make a video. Share your enthusiasm, not your hype. You generate 100 leads to your business today, and that's a big breakthrough for you. Proclaim that to the universe. And if you learned how to do, if you learned how to have 100 people look at your business today, you can honestly tell your prospects or your customers, hey, I had 100 people look at my business today. I can show you how to do the same thing. That's not hype. Hype is, I got started with Empower Network and it's just the greatest thing here. There's people making $30, $40, $50, $60, $100,000 a month, and I know I'm on the way to that, right? No one wants to hear that. Every other business on the face of the planet is marketing their business that way. It is way more financially viable. You'll make way more money simply by being you. Just be you. So here's a case study that I've had the great opportunity of selling lots of advertising in my past and being in front of lots of different kinds of opportunities. But I could talk to you about this guy, Ray. Now check this guy out. This is one of his actually, I think it looks like it's a close-up of his business card. But check him out. I mean, he's not anything really special, right? His job was, his business that he owns, it's in Arizona. He would have people call him up, and he fixed bathroom and kitchen tiles. So if somebody's tiles were rotted or they need new ones or they were broken or wherever, then the tile, he would be called up and he would go and fix people's tiles, right? But before he'd do that, he'd have to go to the house or the business, and he'd answer the phone. Somebody'd say, I need a quote on repairing my tile and grout. He'd say, great, I'll be there Thursday at 2 o'clock. And then he'd get into his car at Thursday, or his truck at Thursday at 2 o'clock, and he would go to this person's house or place of business, put a quote together, and then go back home, or back to his office and see if he got the business, right? So that's okay, right? That's a tough way to do business. So typically what he would do, he would get in his car, his truck 100 times, and out of every 100 times, he would close 12 deals. Well, he did the following thing. He changed one piece of his business. After he got the call for the quote, he grabbed their email address or their mobile phone, and he had this canned video that said, hey, my name is Ray. I will be on time for our appointment. I'm looking forward to solving your tile and grout problems, something like that. Just one video. And he sent that out before he went to that place of business or that person's house to give them a quote. The result of that one video changed him from getting in the car every 100 times and making only 12 sales to closing 50 out of every 100 times he got in the got in the truck. So that's just one video, what one video did for one business, right? That's not 100% better. That's not 200% better. That is a 400% increase in business. So just for him, he had to go out and get in a car. We're internet marketers. We don't have to do that. But just think about the change. If you are somebody that is brand new, or if you've been here for a while, or if you've been in your business for a while and you haven't made any videos, you are actually putting the brakes on your business, right? So I encourage you to put yourself out there and get those videos done. Now, scripting a video is really super simple. Just think about your video as a 5-paragraph essay. You have an intro and an opening. You introduce yourself and tell them what you're going to teach them. Now, you have about 4 to 10 seconds max to grab their attention. So some people will do, Dave Wood, for example, in one of his videos recently I was watching, in the very beginning of the video, he goes, "Do you smell that popcorn? I can smell popcorn." Now, that's just kind of something that's wacky that somebody would sell. Yeah, of course, we can't smell his popcorn popping in the video from Costa Rica, right? But that's just a little something that throws you off and grabs somebody's attention. So if you're enthusiastic and not crazy over the moon, ridiculous, right? If you're enthusiastic and you tell them very quickly, "Hey, my name is blah blah blah. I'm gonna teach you these 3 things today, and stay tuned." Right? So have a really quick opening, and then you teach them, or you give them the 3 points, or the 3 steps, or the blueprint, or whatever it is that you're going to teach them, and then you have an outro or a call to action. So intro, 1, 2 to 3 sentences, then you teach them what you told them you were going to teach them, or you may give them the 3 points or the 4 steps or whatever it is, and then you have an outro or a call to action. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. And the cool thing about that is if you have this tight of a video, your videos will be about a minute, minute and a half, and people will watch them, right? They know that they're going to be in store for something that's going to be interesting and to the point. They know in the very beginning if this is something that they want to listen to, and you're also succinct into the and giving them something of value. So people will watch your videos. Whoops, hold on, guys. I mistakenly clicked on my Gene. Hold on, I don't know how to do this. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you could see that. So an example of an intro would be, "Hey, my name is Carla Silver from Project Lifestyle, and today I'm going to teach you 3 easy steps to create powerful videos that sell." Right? One super easy sentence that I wrote. And guys, I know that you're watching this live, but if you are watching this on the replay, I would strongly urge you to stop the video right now and write your own opening. Keep it short, keep it fun, keep it upbeat, maximum 2 to 3 sentences. As a matter of fact, if you can do your intro in 1 or 2 sentences, that's even better. And I would stop and tell you to do that right now, but we're live. But if you're listening to this on a replay, just stop it and take a pen and piece of paper out and write an intro. Then second is writing what you're going to write down exactly 2 or 3 sentences for each of your pieces of content. So here's where you get to shine, right? I would encourage you. I do not care. No one cares what you look like. No one cares that there's might be dirty laundry in your background. As a matter of fact, Shannon Lavinia is hilarious, right? She has made millions and millions of dollars online, and I saw her on a company video the other day. In the back, she has kids, right? So she gets a pass, but behind her was a pile of laundry and whatever, right? So be yourself. This is an opportunity for you to showcase your personality. I love this. Don't be afraid to let your freak flag fly. One of the top incomers here calls himself a hippie Jedi, and he has thousands and thousands of people following him. So be yourself. Don't worry about what you look like. You might want to take a drink of water before you go, right, so you don't have dry mouth, but be yourself. Secondly, make sure that you're sharing things that could potentially be helpful. I've said this a couple of times. You want to give value to the people that are watching your videos. Thirdly, get it done, right? I waited probably a year before I made that first video, and I regret that because I probably lost a lot of money by not making that video earlier. So it's super easy to sit down on a Sunday, make a list of, I don't know, 5 or 6 videos, and then break them down into the intro, the outro, what you want them to do, and the points that you're teaching, and just get them done. Getting them done imperfectly is way better than not getting them done. And then, of course, the last part is to have a reason for your video. So again, if you're watching on the replay, stop this right now and write your whatever points that you're going to make, or things that you're going to teach, or items that you're going to give of value to your customers. This will be the time to press pause. And tell them your opinion, why it matters, and how it's going to move them forward. And I'm going to give you a sample video in a second. So again, this is super simple. If you keep it simple, you'll actually do it, right? Intro, tell them what you're going to teach them, then teach them what you told them you were going to teach them, and then have a call to action. And that is the last and actually the most important step to what you're going to do here, because you always want a reason to make the video, right? So you're going to want to tell them exactly what to do next. Enter your email and information on the right side of this video to get my latest ebook on publishing for dog owners, whatever it is, right? Click on the link below for more marketing tips. Check out my blog here in this link for more information on whatever you're writing about, right? So make sure that you are extraordinarily clear in your call to action, and it doesn't have to be buy every time. As a matter of fact, I think it's even more important to provide other value. People don't want to be hit up all the time to buy your stuff, right? So if you can generate goodwill and be a good, helpful individual, not everybody's ready to buy from you today, right? So just remember that you're building a long-term relationship, not just with your prospects, but with your current customers. Don and I have a guy, and I've been kind of holding this back, but we have a guy on our list that has been on our list since 2008, I think, and he opens and reads and clicks on every single one of our emails. So one of these days, that dude is going to be ready to go, and we're going to be there and have developed an amazing relationship with this individual. I don't even know who this person is. So just remember, what you put out there builds that street cred, builds your image, builds your personality, builds your relationship 24/7 with thousands and thousands of people all over the world that you don't even know yet. And even better, builds your credibility with your current customers. So now would be the third time to stop the replay and write your call to action. So again, think of your video as a 5-paragraph essay, right? Quick intro, the bulk of it would be the content, and the last is a call to action. And to keep it even simple, just keep it around 150 words or so. I probably said 4,000 in this presentation so far. So 150 words is enough for you to be able to rattle off in a video that lasts about 1.5 minutes. Actually, I'm going to move. Let me see. Let me give you an example. So hold on a second. I'm going to come back to the webinar, and then Don, please let me know if you can see my. Let's see here. I wonder if I can do this, huh? Hold on.
See your what? I've seen most of your.
I'm going to watch a video. Let's see if you can see the video.
We have a couple questions for you too.
Okay. Can you see the video on the screen now?
I can see the video on the screen. You need to make it big, full size.
Okay, I will do that. So here's a video that I shot this afternoon, and I'm going to show you exactly how this works. Over here with Project Lifestyle, and I'm going to share with you 3 tips today on how to make videos that not only compel your prospects to watch them, but also sell for you. Tip number 1, notice that is the intro, right? My intro sentence. 1, make sure that you have your own personality shine through in the video. Don't be afraid to let your own personal freak flag fly. People are attracted to real people that are being themselves. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, make sure that you're sharing tips that are of potential value to the people that are watching your videos, right? So if you're a plumber, you don't want to talk about, I don't know, horseback riding. Tip number 3, you do not have to be perfect. An imperfectly done video is 1,000 times better than a never executed perfect video. And here's a bonus tip. And it's probably the most important thing. Make sure that you have a call to action in your video and a reason for shooting the video in the first place. So if, for example, if you like these kind of marketing tips and you're interested in more that you can take into your business, please find the opt-in information on this page, opt into our mailing list, and we'll get you into our weekly marketing training that we hold every week here with Project Lifestyle. So that's it for me today, guys. Carla Silver signing out. Have a great day. Okay, so hold on. Let me get out of here. Hold on. Escape. So as you probably could tell, it was this perfect, oh, hold on here. Here we go. There was an intro. Hey, this is Carla Silver with Project Lifestyle. I'm going to give you these 3 tips. Then I gave the tips, and then my call to action is if you liked what you heard today and you want to hear some more, boom, boom, boom. So there it took me, I think I had to make 2 takes because I couldn't remember what my 3rd tip was on my first take. But the second time I had a little cheat sheet next to me. You probably saw me look at it. Who cares, right? Usually when I'm looking at myself on videos, I'm all worried about this really weird little wrinkle that I have in my nose, right? Everybody has stuff that they look at. Don't worry about it. Actually, I heard a great tip from a tremendous video marketer. This chick is amazing, and she's attractive isn't the word that I'm looking for. She's magnetic, and she's probably weighs like 300 pounds. But for her, it isn't her weight. She's got these wrinkles in her forehead. So what she does, that's the part that drives her nuts. So, and if she waited till everything was perfect in her life, she'd never get anything done. And she is making gazillions of dollars by teaching people how to market online. So her thing is she cuts her videos and then she never looks at them, right? She said, just put them out there, get them done, and then if you're bugged by the way you look or the way you sound, right, just don't look at them. So let me finish up with my PowerPoint so that I get the rest of this done, and then we can go to questions. So for those of you that are in our Empower Network business, my opinion is your first 2 videos should be cut within your first couple of weeks. That's what I did when I got started. I cut a video that said who I was, right, a little bit of my story and how I got to where I am right now in my life. And then the second one was why I got started. And I put them on my blog. I sent them out. I put them up on LinkedIn. I put them up everywhere. I sent them to everybody that I knew that would ever listen to me. I sent them out to my teeny, puny, little, sickly little list that I had developed over the years. And then I put them in my autoresponder so that when people get started, when people opt in, sorry, you can't see this, but I have this fly in my face. When people opt in to our list for information about what we do, within the first couple of days, they receive a couple of emails from us. So we're developing that relationship. Those emails, those videos actually live on our blog. So when somebody's looking to watch the video in the email, they click on the picture and they're taken straight to our blog. So that's a tip for you guys that are in Empower Network. I sent those videos out and we had a couple signups within a couple days. So immediately made our investment back. Other ideas for videos, I mean, I could go on forever, right? There are frequently asked questions about what you do, right? I went through a couple of them earlier. Information about your family. What are you doing on the weekend, and what kind of freedom that you been like? Don and I, we haven't had a job. Well, I haven't had a job since 2001, right? So that's something to talk about. I haven't had to go to work or be in a commute or any of that stuff, right? Doesn't mean that everything's been perfect. I'm not going to ever say that, but there's all kinds of angles that you can go at your business. Were you inspired by something that the Extreme team put out, or the Empower Hour, by the way, that's coming up at the top of the next hour, or did you read a personal development book and have a breakthrough or an epiphany? And then most importantly, guys, your successes, right? I generated my first lead. Even if you're sending that email to the dude that responded to your advertising, that one person, that's cool. Do you know how many people on the earth that, well, what is it, 20% of the developed nations population have a home-based business? Do you know how many of them work their business offline only and only maybe talk to 1 or 2 people a week? Right? So you have somebody automated, you generated 2 leads, proclaim that from the mountaintops. You have somebody get started with you only for the $25 blog, proclaim that from the mountaintops. You have somebody that comes all in and you have a $5,100 day, proclaim that from the mountaintops. Every time you have any kind of success, anything, right? I successfully made $500 this week. Whatever it is, I successfully had my first $20,000 month. Whatever it is, proclaim that from the mountaintop, right? Those are the things people are looking for evidence. And again, you don't need to be hypey about it, but just say, hey, this is so cool. I'm actually taking advantage of the Empower Network education to generate leads for my business and make sales automatically. That's truth. Then next we're going to talk about this next week. Syndicate your video, and all that means is put it everywhere where people can see it. And again, we're going to go into depth on that next week. There's some really cool tools that you can use, and I'm going to talk about that specifically. So really, guys, it's all about just playing, keeping it super duper simple, keeping it fun, and getting things done. I know that I go through fits and starts, so this is what happens to me. So typically, and this is me, this isn't everybody, but typically I'll get a boatload done like Sunday through Wednesday or Thursday, and I'll get a bunch, I'll make my list, get everything done, and then I piddle out by Friday. Don and I haven't really worked Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays for a long time, so I'm out of that habit. So take advantage of your powerful times. Like me, I'm good in the morning, and you know about you, right? Everybody's different, and take advantage of that time. You do not have to have some special thing. I use my iPhone. If you have an Android iPhone, any kind of smartphone, I just make videos here, right? And the one I made before, it was pretty lousy quality, as you probably noticed, but I just made that holding my iPhone. Right? And so just another tip, a good distance for audio is to be right at arm's length. I don't know if you can see that. So that's a good distance for audio. I have this little monopod thing that my phone, I don't know if you can see this, that my phone fits in, and I'll go walking outside or do a hike or walk around my backyard and make videos. I don't know what it is. People are fascinated when you're actually walking or driving your car. I think that there's motion in the background, there's more interest, and I don't think that people are wondering if you're going to crash or anything, but there's people are fascinated. I don't know why they like to watch when people are walking and talking or driving their car or on their bike or any of that other stuff. So there's some handy dandy tips of the day. So let me go to the questions that are here. Oh, Jill, thank you. I'm glad. Answered your question. Kim. Okay, Shannon's question. I do not see Shannon. Can we get a copy of this PowerPoint? Guys, you have the video, right? You'll be able to access the video. It'll always be on my YouTube channel. You can always look at it for sure. Jill, how often do you want the video to send them to your website or blog? Good question. So anytime I have a video, I always put it on my blog. Always. I don't send people to YouTube. So I will embed that on my Empower Network blog, and I send people to the blog to watch the video. So I hope that answers you. How often do you want the video to send them to your blog? Yeah. And in other trainings, I've actually trained on how to embed a video in your email, and you don't really, right? Because people can't watch the video in your email yet. Technology hasn't developed to the point where they can actually watch the video in an email. So what it is a picture of the video with a link to the video, which I've put on my blog. I want people to go to my blog, or our blog, I shouldn't say my blog, Don, you're here too. I wanted people to go to our blog because it showcases that amazing blog that's ridiculously simple to use. It's our headquarters online. It's the flagship Empower Network product. It is the entry level to our business. It is super easy to send people there, and then they're given even more opportunity to check you out, right? Because they'll see the About page, they'll see other blog posts that you've written. You know, when people are doing their due diligence, they want to know who you are and what you're about and what you've done. So people go to our blog and realize that we write about all kinds of crazy things, what we've done. Travel, we've been fortunate enough to have traveled all over the world for the past few years. We write reviews, go to the spa, personal development tips. So you're going to do the same thing. You might have your blog a little bit more focused than we do, but that's a place for you to showcase the product and yourself. Let me look for other questions. Don, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, the biggest thing that I have to add is expect that you're going to flub. You know,
Yeah.
Go and do and be in motion and make videos and put them up there. Don't say, oh, this isn't good enough. Put them all up there. As you practice, as you get more experience under your belt, you're going to be better. You're not going to miss a point in the ritual. You're not going to forget something. You're going to just do a better job. The kicker is you have to do the work to get to the better job. You know, I've used the analogy of babies walking and crawling and stuff for a long time now, and it's the same kind of thing. You need to learn to flip yourself over and get on your stomach so you can start to do the baby push-up and just do videos. Make it a game. Make it fun. If you think it is easy, it is likely to be easy. If you think it is difficult, guess what? It's likely to be difficult. So if you think it's easy, you're a step ahead of yourself.
Well, and it's definitely critical, absolutely critical to the success of your business. And don't ever stop doing it. Just don't. I want to make sure, could everyone hear the video that played, the sample video? I see Kim maybe couldn't hear the sample video I made. I guess it's going to be a minute now before I get the answers to that. Okay, so that's it for tonight. Here's what I have for you guys. Coming up at the top of the hour is the Empower Hour training call. Hold on. Oh, thank you, Tina. Two last things. If you're in the beginning of your business, or you are because everybody gets to a place in the beginning. I'll say this a completely different way. When Don and I got started here, we're broke, desperate, horrible place. BROKE, right? Many of you have heard the story. We needed to reinvent ourselves, and fast. There was no way in HE Double Toothpicks that I was going to go in on a video and tell anybody about my struggle. I actually didn't even, I knew it was there, right? And I don't need to go into a whole long, this could be a huge conversation, a personal development conversation. So don't talk about your struggle. Oh, and you know, I haven't made any money yet, but blah, 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 blah. And I'm not telling you to fake it till you make it. I am not telling you to lie. Do not. But just remember, what goes on YouTube stays on YouTube. What goes on the internet stays on the internet forever. So 5 years from now, when you have people that are watching your video, they're going to think that what they're watching is current. So make sure you're not talking about your struggle or that you had to learn all this other stuff, right? We all do. It doesn't matter if you're starting a business as a plumber, a fisherman, a bird watcher, an Empower Network affiliate, fill in the blank, right? We all have to go through whatever learning pains that we have to go through in the beginning and the middle and the end, guys. It never ends, right? There's always new things and new challenges that come your way, no matter how successful you are and how much money that you've made. Don and I have had challenges the day after we had a $52,000 day. So there's just stuff, right? So never talk about that. Always look at what your successes are and your next and the next piece of wisdom that you can share with somebody on your list about you. Okay? Thank you, Tina, for reminding me for that. Now, coming up at the top of the hour at 9 p.m. Eastern, on the Empower Hour. The Empower Hour, if you're here and you're not specifically in Empower, this is a call that's actually for anybody that is an entrepreneur. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people dial into this call every single Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Tonight, Brian and Rhonda Swan, who have been our friends for years and years and years, both Brian and Rhonda and Don and I, back in 2008, put all of our stuff in storage, got rid of all of our stuff, and began to live all over the world. They did mostly Thailand and Mexico, South America, Bali. They went that way. Don and I did mostly Europe and the other direction. And they still are traveling the world and working their business from where they happen to be. Brian's an amazing surfer, and they've just lived an incredible lifestyle. The two of them and their daughter, Hanalei, who's now, I can't believe it, she's 7. We've known these two for 10 years. They're a tremendous couple. They're known as the Unstoppable Family. They're coming up, if you're on this webinar, in about 20 minutes. The telephone number to dial in and listen to how Brian and Rhonda have gone from incredible highs to incredible disastrous lows, back to incredible highs again. They're people that you should listen to. The telephone number is 209-255-1040. That number is 209-255-1040. Put that information on your calendar. It's going to be, we highlight a tremendous entrepreneur every single Monday night. That's free to anybody that wants to listen in. Donna, anything else that I forgot?
Yeah, let me revisit the your story thing. When you're telling your story, make sure the bad stuff is things that you have gotten past. You can't tell a story about bad stuff if you're still in bad stuff. It's not a story. It's stuff people can't identify with and don't want to.
Right on, guys.
When you've gotten past all the bad stuff, then it's okay to share some of that, because people will identify with it and say, "Oh, wow, got past it, so it must be good."
I didn't get my first video and say, "Hi, this is Carla Silver, and I just started a new business because I was broke." Who wants to get started with that, right? I got started with the business because I was totally stoked about what was happening here and Empower. And then, guys, you guys know, we went from 0 to 6K in the first 6 weeks. So if you haven't had your business plan and you don't know how we did that, make sure you connect with either myself or Tina. You guys know the number. It's been a pleasure to be here with you tonight. We'll see you in 15 minutes Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern at 209-255-1040. And the replay for this should be up in about a half an hour or so, and you can certainly find it on my YouTube channel. Bye, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you next Monday, and we're going to be dialing in and logging in, hopefully, from up in the mountains. We're getting out of the heat for a week. Great. Go and make it a fabulous week, everyone, and thanks for coming. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.